Hello everybody and welcome back to the vlog. I read a comment, not from yesterday, it's only a few days ago. One of you guys in a comment said that my intro is making me seem so pretentious. So, don't really know what to say about that. I just don't have an intro, so every day it's a little bit different, and this morning it's hello, good morning and welcome back to another vlog. My name is Cameron, I'm a bike rider. I like to think of myself as not pretentious, but hey, you can't please everyone. What do you reckon? Why make that noise when I'm trying to vlog and talk to my dogs? Like a crazy man. Hey, you alright? What are you doing? What? What's that noise for? Sam's got a little thing growing on his eyeball. Or not his eyeball, but on his nose. I don't think it hurts him, but it doesn't look too good. You growing a wart, mate? You got a wart on your face. But you know what I really need to do? I need to get this little apparatus of equipment and I need to chop off this number because we're racing tonight and I've just left this on since Sunday out of pure laziness. I mean, I've got to be careful there I don't scratch the frame because that wouldn't be good. Anyway, there we go. Boom. Stockton GP number, you can go in the bin. So check this out, I've only got, whoa, if we can, whoa, focus, there we go. Look at that, I've only got 6% battery in my Wahoo this morning. Not ideal, not ideal. Think I need to charge it. I mean, luckily I'm only doing a 90-minute pre-race ride this morning, but right now, that ain't even gonna last for 90 minutes, so we need some juice in there. Is it charging? It's charging. You just sit there patiently and charge yourself. My name's Cameron and I talk to Wahoos. In my house, or in my parents' house where I live, I live in the attic, like the top floor, like my parents converted it into another bedroom, just so there's a bit more space. And I live in like the attic, so as you can see here, which is why the walls are like that. It's like the roof of the house. But it means there's 2 sets of stairs to walk up in the morning. And I tell you what, this time of the year, this time of the season, when you're starting to, you know, recovery's a little bit slower, you're a little bit more tired. It's a mission. It is a mission. Time for a quick little weather check on the day. Oh, it's bright. What is that? What? There's a bird to my, yep. That is bird everybody, I can confirm. Oh, it's not a bad day. Cloudy, overcast, a little bit of blue sky. I am not complaining. Okay, alright guys, so made it out on the bike. I've just stopped in this little lane somewhere in the middle of Lancashire. We're behind or in front of a motorway, that's why you can hear all the cars in the background, like there's the motorway bridge. But wow, what a day. What a day. So Will is still staying at my house. He's going to be here for the next few weeks, just because like the calendar now, a lot of the races are up north, and for those boys to travel up from Cornwall every time, it's pretty grim. So to combat that, Will's just kind of, yeah, bunking at my house. But this evening is, we've got Colne Grand Prix. It's the next national crit. So this morning I'm just doing the usual kind of standard 90-minute pre-race ride, 10-minute tempo and a couple of sprints. But Will, just because like he's focusing more on like the longer road races and stuff. For example, at the Tour of the Reservoir a few weeks ago, he got 4th on the final stage, and then at the weekend, you know, he did a top 15. So he wants to focus on the road races more than the crits. In turn, he's doing like a 3-hour ride this morning or something. So I've left him be. He's gone to his own devices and I'm just going to do my own thing. Alright, so the real reason I stopped there was because I stopped for a pee, and it was just a good place to stop. Hello motorway. But anyway, it was kind of a slow start this morning physically. Just woke up a little bit tired, you know, like I said yesterday, it's that time of the year where recovery starts to slow up a little bit. So you just got to really look after yourself and take care. And woke up this morning and kind of wanted to stay in bed, but once I got out on the bike, I feel pretty good now. I feel pretty good. Gonna do a little bit more of riding, done about an hour, then I'll do 10-minute tempo and we should be good for this evening. Is there anything better than getting out on your bike in the sunshine, turning the pedals? Man, what a day. Days like today make every day in the winter worth it. Every day. Doing a bit of a cool down run now. Did my 10 minutes at tempo, high cadence. The usual little leg opener, leg loosener ahead of racing tonight. Let's hope that when I get home I can rest up and yeah, fire a bit of life into the legs. Hello Sam. So I missed that on the camera, but basically Sam is, you know, he's getting on a little bit. I think he's 13 now, and his eyesight and his hearing just isn't quite what it used to be. It's starting to go, and like when I come out through the back gate, Lexi jumps up and comes straight there because she hears me, but half the time now Sam doesn't hear me come through, like he just sees me. So I was coming around past the conservatory there and he's lay on the grass right there, and he's kind of caught a glimpse of me and absolutely himself and just jumped up and bolted over, but bless him, you're getting all old, aren't you, and deaf and a little bit blind. But that is an hour and a half, or just under actually, 1 hour 26 and 39 seconds. Still need to change my power meter battery. I've been getting this notification now for about a week, but I mean, it's still working. I think it's one of those cases where, like when your car tells you you're low on fuel, but really you've got another 60 miles left. I reckon there's at least another 20 hours in that battery. We do need to change it though. Right now we're on the old MTB rig, heading to the shop because we need some food. I need some lunch. I was gonna have beans and toast, but I thought that pre-race maybe we should have something a little bit more healthy. So we're on a healthy lunch mission right now. I have secured the goods and now I'm running home. We've got a real worldwide cuisine for this lunchtime. Some sweetened barbecue chicken. Some Thai rice, whatever Thai rice is. Not entirely sure. And they've got this like mixed salad thing. They've called it an Italian salad. I'm not too sure what it is about this that makes it Italian. Maybe the tomatoes are from Italy. In saying that, I doubt it. They're probably from some GI farm in Somerset, but anyway. Okay, I'm gonna combine all this right now and create wizardry. You ready? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final product. Little pre-race lunch on the go, sat outside in the sunshine. Absolutely mega. Time to consume it. Okay, this is what I was talking about with Sam. You ready? Sam. Mate, I've been calling you for the last 5 minutes. You can't hear me, can you? I wonder if you can get like hearing aids for dogs. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Because you can't hear a thing I say anymore, can you? And bosh. A few hours later now, giving the whip a little bit of a clean. It's currently charging. The Di2 is charging. We're flashing green, which means we've got about 50% battery. So it's a little bit of charge and we should be good to go for tonight. Skin suit, some socks, some spare wheels, a pump. Like for these crits, you don't need a whole lot of equipment. You know, it's a 1 hour race. It's over and done with before you even know it. So you don't need a lot of stuff. I'm gonna put this into the car right now and we're gonna go to Colne. First things first, we're at the fuel station filling up. Little pro tip for you, get your car keys and a key and just stick it underneath the nozzle, then you don't need to hold it, then it just fills up and subsequently takes all my money away. So after about an hour of driving, we arrived at Colne, and as we arrived, there were some youth races going on that were before the main event. My sister was racing in this race, the men, there she is in the orange bike. The girls and the boys were put together. She managed to hang in with the boys for the first 10 or 15 minutes, but unfortunately then was dropped. However, she won the female category, so good job, Emma. I was unable to catch the end, but for her efforts, she was rewarded with £20. And now it's time for the men's race. Okay, so I thought that the best way to do this is to do a little bit of a voiceover and talk you guys through like the final 5 laps. Thankfully, these national crits are live streamed over on YouTube. So if you haven't watched them yet, I would highly recommend you go and do so. You know, British Cycling provide a great coverage of these races. So without further ado, guys, I'm gonna jump across onto the live stream. Okay, so we joined the action here with 5 laps to go. And I'm just gonna talk you through kind of the finale and how I raced it, and also about the course. So today was Colne Grand Prix, pretty standard town centre crit. It wasn't a necessarily technical circuit. It's always a fast one, and yeah. So as we can see here, 5 laps to go. We got Madison Genesis on the front. They're trying to set up John Mould. Behind them, slipped in, is some of the Canyon boys. Again, they're trying to set up their sprinter Matt Bostock. And as you can see, there's me on the left-hand side. So I'm the one in the orange kit, and I got a white helmet on with the white aero lid. And you know, honestly, to the start of the race, it didn't feel towards the start of the race, it didn't feel that great. I was warming up, and the legs just felt heavy and kind of blocked and stiff. So I didn't expect too much from this race. And I think because of that, I kind of benefited a bit more because I played the race as conservatively as possible. I went off on an attack around 25 minutes in, but it was mainly to open up the legs and test the legs a little bit. But apart from that, I literally spent the entire race in the wheels, hiding as much as possible and trying to take it as easy as possible so I didn't exert any unnecessary energy and to keep my kind of average power as low as possible. It's the kind of course where not too many people, well, I say not too many people get dropped, but it looks like half the bunch have been dropped here. So I think it's a case of, you know, if you're at the front, if you're in that bubble in those wheels, it's not too hard to sit in the wheels. I mean, off the front, it's incredibly hard. When I went off on my attack, it was incredibly hard. But in the wheels, because there's no climbs, there's no dead turns, there's no braking, or not really any braking and sprinting out of the turns, it's not really that hard a race to get round when you're in those wheels. But when you're off the back, you know, the elastic stretches into the corners, you're sprinting out, you're having to do unnecessary efforts to get back into the wheels. And that's really how you get dropped out of this race. So it's super important to stay at the front. So we're coming through here for 3 laps to go. I'm slotted in pretty nicely there behind the Canyon train. A couple of Vitus riders there as well. So for the first 50 minutes, like I said, I just stuck myself in the wheels, and then like the last 10 or 15 minutes, I'm slowly starting to make my way up and just pick off riders one by one into, like, for example, into the turns, and just slowly trying to make my way to the front, and so I could find myself on the back of ideally the back of the Canyon train. Matt Bostock, who is their sprinter, he's won all previous 3 rounds of the Elite National Crit Series, so he's the man to beat, and he's the wheel you necessarily, you know, that's the wheel you want to be on. But that is a task that is obviously easier said than done, because everyone has the same mentality and everyone's fighting forward and everyone's constantly pushing forward in these last 10 or 15 minutes to get as good a position as possible. So yeah, I'm still there, nicely sat in, probably, you know, top 10, I reckon, top 10 at the minute, maybe top 15. Madison Genesis is still in the front. They had a pretty strong team here. I think it's Joey Walker in the front. Yeah, Joey Walker, then Tom Moses, and then finally John Mould behind him. 2 laps to go. This is where it's really starting to hot up. Everyone's throwing the bottles, man. Everyone's throwing the bottles out. But yeah, this is kind of it. As you can see, like for these boys now in the front, this effort, like Joe's finish line is 1 lap to go. So he's literally sprinting into every corner, and the idea behind that is, if you're going as kind of as fast as you physically can possibly go into a corner, people can't come up the inside and, you know, take your position. So that's the idea. As you can see, he swings off there. Tom Moses takes over for the last lap. John Mould kind of has a perfect lead out here. Actually, this is good teamwork by the Madison Genesis team. There we go. We've got the bell. 1 lap to go. This is it. I am still out. See, I'm looking on the inside. A Ribble rider came up my inside, so I should have probably jumped through that little gap there. But hey, these races are all about learning, and I'm still learning every single race that I'm part of these. So yes, after that corner, I slipped back a couple of places, but I think I'm still in around 10th wheel, maybe 12th. Yeah, somewhere like that. As you can see here, Tom Moses is sprinting. Absolutely sprinting. He sets up Mouldy for the corner, and there, boom, Jim Brown comes down, the GB rider. He goes for an inside line and then basically just slides out. So that pretty much caused a bit of a split. I had to brake and go around him, as did a lot of other riders. So that sort of disrupts your rhythm and disrupts your sprint. Then Matt Bostock wins 4th and 4 ahead of John Mould for 2nd place, and where am I? There I am. I come across the line in 12th position. Boom. So yeah, pretty happy with that result, given like my recent run of form and how I've been feeling in the last few weeks. It's nice to kind of get a semi-solid result under my belt. 12th in one of these national crits. You know, it's hard racing. Like for the hour, my normalized power is like 380 or 360, I think. So, you know, it's hard racing, it's fast racing, it's full gas. It was a great kind of learning experience in those last 5 laps, kind of picking the wheels I want to follow and you know, moving around the corners and just positioning myself well for the sprint. Yeah, lots of positives to take from that race. Thank you for watching today's video. The next crit is Barnsley on Friday. It's a much more technical circuit. It's a much hillier circuit, and I would be very surprised if the same amount of riders come to the finish line in a group as what happened today. You know, I think it's going to be much more split up, but it should make good viewing, guys. If you want to like watch these races, it's going to start at 8 PM on Friday on the British Cycling YouTube channel. I highly recommend you come over, watch, get involved in the chat, and you know, give us a bit of support, because there's nothing like a bit of support. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little analysis kind of rundown. Drop a like if you did. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow at the same usual time of, I keep doing that, man. I keep doing that. 5 PM. Peace! And I leave you alone. And I don't wanna be alone. And I just wanna be alone.
No matter